Okay, so little different video this time around. We got something called a producer's letter. It's not new in the card game world. Other games have done it before, so Vanguard finally started to do one as well. So that's really cool. Kitamori really wanted to change up how Vanguard is being done. He knows that this is a very big IP, so he wants to make sure a lot of transparency comes out, because a lot of fear and untrue information, a lot of fake news about Vanguard was circulating and caused prices to fluctuate and people to feel bad or misinformed about how the game works. So this is always cool. So this producer's letter, I'll put a link in the description so you guys can review it. Don't base it everything on mine. I just want to kind of go through it and my thoughts about it. So he talks about in the beginning how they distribute their information. For the longest time, they would do the weekly Tuesday streams and then their biannual strategy conference. Those are always fun though to watch, so I hope they still do those. But it's not a lot. You don't get a lot of information, so I get that that's probably part of the read problem why there's so many misinformation circulating. So he talks about that. I am going to throw this out there if you guys haven't heard. Dr. O, who would do the weekly announcements, is no longer going to be the MC. I thought he was like retiring or something, but he's still going to work for Bushiroad. He's just got other things to do now. So good luck to Dr. O for that. He will be missed. Anyway, so in the letter he just talks about how Vanguard it's pretty big around the world. Over 30 nations play the game. Then they also kind of had a timeline on the different language support. So there are other languages for Vanguard. If you didn't know, we got English, Japanese, Korean, Italian, Thai. Thai is gonna be kind of cool because they have a few collabs that's not out in any language. So that is interesting. But the letter itself is very interesting because it's mostly going to be about the premium format. They said that this information was going to be dropped in March, but then they decided to push it a little bit earlier just so there can be less confusion going on. Like I said, there's a lot of confusion going on right now. So they just want to make it clear. We have a lot of content creators that made sure that people aren't like super misinformed, but you still go on like the Facebook groups and stuff like that and you'll still hear some random BS. So it's good that Bushiroad made something official on their end just so it's cleared up. But anyway, they talked about how they're moving from clan fights to nation fights, and again they talked about the three formats: standard, V premium, and premium. So for a reminder, standard is going to be overdress only. V premium is V series only, so that means that it has to have the V icon, and then premium is all cards. So with that said, people are a little sad about the whole nations taking over and clan is going to be lost. I don't think that's a bad thing because you're still going to have clan identity in V premium and premium. I get if you only play standard though, yeah, you're gonna see some clan identity loss for a while because it takes what they're planning to do, like a one set every 2 months. So it'll take some time before you can build 10 different decks out of Dragon Empire. But that's just how it goes. Think of standard as a new card game, but with Vanguard rules. You'll still have your clan identity for V premium because they're going to release 2 sets a year for clans, so that's always good. It is a little sad though. In the note itself, they talked about premium only products. Looks like we are not going to get any set that strengthen the premium format because they are still working on the V series and then they are working on the overdress stuff. So it makes sense because all those cards will work in premium anyway. So that's just what it is. We are going to have a premium only set in English, but now it's starting to sound like it's going to be a revival collection. So and that's okay, because there's actually quite a few cards that are kind of hard to get. So premium still has that barrier of entry, I would say. A lot of people don't play premium just because some of the cards are just too hard to find. Like, even if you have the money, like you got the cash, so there's just some cards that are not listed on TCG Player because it's hard to find. I mean, of course you'll eventually find every single card you want, but then you might as well buy a Tesla at that point. So for the premium premium format, they go over how the clans are split into the nations, and then they clarified that the nations like United Sanctuary, the old ones, United Sanctuary, Magallanica, Zoo, they still exist in clan fight deck building purposes. So there was confusion on clan mixing. There was confusion on how the progenitor dragons and Zeroth dragons will work. Nothing changes. So if you are playing Gear Chronicle, you can use only Gear Chronicle cards or any cards from Dark States booster sets from the Overdress. So all the Dark States cards in the Overdress sets, you can use that in Gear Chronicle. You cannot use Dark Irregular, you cannot use Spikes, no Pale Moon, none of that within Gear Chronicle. Now, if they make like Pale Moon effects in Dark States, or they make Pale or Spike Brother effects in the Dark States sets, you can use those cards because those are Dark States cards. So they wanted to really clarify that. They also talk about the Over Trigger card. That's the generic one that gives you the 100 million for when you trigger it, and then another 100 million by effect. That can be in all nations or clans, because it's not. I don't think it even says it's a Cray Elemental on the card itself, but it practically is. It's treated as a no nation card. So no nation cards, apparently the way those work is that they can go in any deck. So it falls in line with the Cray Elementals. And then the rest of the letter itself just talks about how their big tournaments are structured a bit, where they know that premium isn't really big in Japan, but it's big elsewhere, and they're always still going to support it. They're still going to support premium. They just want to make sure that everyone understands that their favorite cards are not going to get lost, pretty much. So there's still going to be more information. It's going to be a while till Overdress comes out. I mean, I think it'll come out in English in May, and then April for Japan. So it'll be some time. We'll see how that goes. They also have a Q&A on premium on how the clan stuff works, so I'll put that in the description, so please check that out. That's where it's going to tell you how to do your deck building and some rules. It is kind of fun to look at, though. They did kind of go over a little bit on old cards and how they interact with the new nation cards. So they touched upon the old copy version of the N, and then the Platina limit break guy or ultimate break guy, the ones with the Lord effect. So that's kind of fun. They kind of explain how that would work, and yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys like this kind of content, let me know. I'll try to make more. I don't think I'll be doing this more often, but if you guys want me to, I can definitely do that. So like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.